It's Madden NFL.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They start the drive with Cook. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action. Cousins. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
Here we go.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow. And some room to run now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play.
Here we go.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. And he's taken down inside the 30. 49 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame.
Well, there was plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards, the final tally. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Bears! A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On second down, it's Cook again. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down throw for Cousins. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. On play action, Cousins. just get rid of it.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Lawrence. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing. Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken in at the 11. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 32 yards. And the Vikings are back within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But
and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cook. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. 1st down, here's Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lawrence.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side.
Still
Got nabbed for the ball.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
That one 4th down here. That pass knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run the counter with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. To throw is Cousins.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, Charles, as a defender yourself who made a few of those plays back in your day, I know you know there's no better feeling than a pick 6 for a defender.
And the big thing is when you take it and you realize you're out there and you've got a great chance to score, not to get overexcited and have one of the yard lines trip you up, or the turf monsters we used to call it, knock you down before you get to the end zone. That didn't happen on that play. He carried it home.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Taken from just outside the 30. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
From the 39, Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lawrence. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow. Running right through him. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Burrow will throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. Down inside the 10, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. So the ball position now at the 3, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing is Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
So, all right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Up to midfield. He's at the 30. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Bears. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Cousins, that one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Cook again.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Cousins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jerry Tillery able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this one is right through. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
11 mighty.
Up the middle they go. It's Lawrence, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Lawrence.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up, maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
On first down, it's Lawrence, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Cook following the penalty. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Cousins to throw it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lawrence.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he whips that one incomplete there.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Burrow going for it on fourth. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
12.
They'll run on first down. Lawrence. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bears add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now Cousins.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
He'll drop to throw.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins.
Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better win.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The kick is good.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Cousins now. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Throwing, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Derek Stingley picks it.
Cousins pass.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Lawrence. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Burrow going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson.
Complete to T.J. Hockenson. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Now Cousins. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy,